And now it's time for a preview of an upcoming game by Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're talking about not an actual game, but an accessory to a game. So let's mention the game first. The game is Arkham Horror. Now this is not a Kickstarter for this game. This game is produced by Fantasy Flight Games, and this game came out and had multiple expansions come out for it, to the point where I have almost all of them in these two boxes, and this is really quite heavy, but then I have more pieces here in a case and more pieces in another case. This is everything I have for Arkham Horror. Now, the problem with that is this is my storage solution for the game, and there's other people who have different storage solutions, but what about when you play the game? If you look right here, you'll see that these are all the cards that are in the game currently. I think that these are all the cards. There might be more, but I'm pretty sure I have all of them. And this is a lot of cards, and there's a lot of setup. And so what we essentially have is card decks all over the board. What I've done in the past is I've had another little table near our main table, and that one has all the card decks. But what if there's a cool thematic way that we can do this? Here's the board, which is barely fitting on the table, but if you played Arkham Horror, you know that there's the different neighborhoods that you go to and have different things happen to them. So what I'm going to be showing you today is a couple prototype pieces, 3 of them actually, that can be used in this game and that are part of the Kickstarter campaign. There's more than these 3 pieces, but we want to show you just kind of what's in here. So first we have the neighborhood. Now you can actually have one of these for each of the neighborhoods. There's all the neighborhoods on the main board, and then there's other neighborhoods, but this is the neighborhood piece. So let's take a look at this. Now remember that any chips or anything is just because it's a prototype piece, but you can see the thing here, and it has that kind of Cthulhu. But basically what this is for is that you can set these down near the board, and then you can place your neighborhood cards for that neighborhood in it. So they're real easy to pull out, and when you're done, or you can quick pull them out to shuffle, and this is all the neighborhood cards for one of the neighborhoods that is in the game. And so whatever neighborhood you pick at any given point in time, let's say for example I wanted to pick the library. Well, there's a lot of cards that come in that section, but they can all fit in here. It's real simple, real easy, and you can pull them out and see what horrific thing happens to you. So that's the first piece here, is the neighborhoods. These will look really nice, especially set around the board, each with the neighborhood cards in them. In this game there is so many smaller cards, but some of them are used a lot more than others. And so for that we have the item tray here. Now this is a very scary looking thing. Here you have this big beast, and you can see he's wrapping all the way around. Very scary looking creature, and this is what you would sit at the head. And in this it has dividers that you can pull out that show the Elder sign, and you can put these dividers in or out. And then what you'll do in here is you'll put the different items. So for example, I want to put in the uncommon items here, and so I would place them in this tray here. And then maybe I want to put my common items over here, and so I put them there. And then we have these, and we have this things, and you can see that I can put a whole lot of stuff in here, really. The different cards that I want to put in of the different types, and maybe if I'm playing a specific scenario, I'll put those cards in. If we're playing, maybe I want to put the different characters in, and you can have them even more spread out, but they fit in here, and they'll fit in here pretty tightly depending on where you want to put the divider. I might want to put the divider up here, which then allows me to stack those. So this is a really nice display that you can have that can hold the cards that you want. And you can put in, you know, as few of them as you want or not. Because if you played Arkham Horror before, you know that a good chunk of these cards are never used. But many of them, especially the items and the rare items and the magic items and the spells, are used quite a bit during the course of the game. And so those you'll want to have handy, and this item display allows you to do that. As I'm showing off these pieces, I should mention that there's also enough room in all these to hold the cards when they're sleeved. Now this is the Mythos Fortress, and this one you can see is a fortress, and this one here is important because, I mean, let's be honest, this is ridiculous at this point in time. This is how many cards there are, and these aren't sleeved. But basically, you can put them all in here, and you can put a divider to hold them in the back to whatever end you want. And then when you pull these cards, if there happens to be an effect or something that comes into play, you then can place the cards in these locations so that everybody can see what's going on. So you can stack it up like that, or you can lay it face down. And then you know, again, this is kind of customizable, so you don't need to put those things in those spots. You can put other decks of cards in those spots if you want to. And there's even a place here where you can put little cards if for some reason, well, you wouldn't put a curse card out, but if for some reason you had a little card that came into play or something else happened, you could put it here. And then down in this spot over here is where you put all those little annoying counters that you really can't figure out what else to do. When I'm going through and I'm sorting through all my counters, and forgive me, I have some of my stuff upgraded, but I have all these counters here. They don't really go with anything else, but I can put them right in here. Now there are two other pieces to this collection that you can get. One that holds all the rest of the counters, and one that holds the cards and the monster tokens, and that's a really neat piece in of itself. But I hope looking at these pieces will help you decide if you're interested in getting this one, or the card display, or basically a mixture of them all. What we want you to do is in a moment we're going to show you the Kickstarter link, and you can get on board and get these to have the best Arkham Horror experience possible.
Thanks for watching our review today. For more information about board games, as well as the #1 board game audio podcast, check out Dicetower.com for reviews, interviews, and more. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.